Hey, Jem, it's DT.
DT, hey, what's up, man?
I just wanted to let you know I have a few more of these XM Studios prototypes all boxed up and heading your way.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to them.
Oh, and I'll be using UPS this time. I know there's some sketchy delivery people out there, and I wanted to make sure these arrive to you safely.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, hey there.
Yes, sir. I have a pickup for a Mr. DT Tube.
Your voice seems kind of familiar. Aren't you the guy that took Jem's package?
Nope, never heard of the guy. I did pick up for a diamond once. She was pretty.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make some calls. I'm not too sure about this.
Seriously, sir, I'm 100% legit.
Aren't you a little young to be making deliveries?
Dude, I'm 35.
Alright, hold on. Alright, here they are. Don't drop them.
Sucker.
Yes, I got the package. Yes, I got it. That's right, baby. I got the package. Jim, yes, I got the package. Woo, yeah, I got the package. That's it, baby.
Hello everyone, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. And look at what we have in front of us today. We have two amazing prototypes from our friends over at XM Studios. Of course, we have Bizarro over here, and we also have the Recovery Suit Superman. These are both 1/6 scale, and they are absolutely incredible. So again, I want to give a big shout out to XM Studios and of course DT for allowing us to review this here on the Batman Statue Collector channel. Now, the thing I'm really excited about is this is my very first experience with 1/6 and XM Studios in the Batcave. I've never had this scale in the Batcave before. Of course, we did do the Samurai Penguin, which was absolutely incredible. I will put the link up here if you're interested in checking that out. But these two are really incredible. And I have to say, just my very first impressions, the paintwork on these are just second to none. I'm really impressed with the paintwork overall. Of course, what you're seeing right here is a 360 spin. I am going to fully review both of these, show you close-ups and all of that good stuff. But I did just kind of want to give you guys kind of a quick 360 spin so you guys can see exactly what you're going to get with these two amazing pieces. Again, I'm just really blown away by the quality here. I'm blown away by the paintwork, especially the Superman. Like, oh my God, the colors on him are just absolutely incredible, especially considering that he's got the black suit. And this one right here is very popular right now, of course, with the Snyder Cut, the Justice League, that Recovery Suit Superman. This one is going to be very, very popular, I have a feeling, and I can see why, just because it's so dynamic and it is really, really well done. And of course, Bizarro is fun as well. So without further ado, I know you guys want to get into the review. I'm going to review them one at a time, so let's get started right now. Alright guys, so first up is going to be Bizarro, and of course Bizarro is a very famous character in Superman lore. Not the smartest of villains, but he's definitely one of the strongest, so this is a really fun piece. Let's go ahead and start with the base like we always do. Of course, lots going on here. Lots of rebar, lots of brick, lots of rock. You can see the reddish color bricks back behind with the pits. That looks really great, like there's been a big battle here. You notice all of the texturing looks really good, all of the cables coming out the front, that looks really good. And then of course all of this dark area here with the rock work, and obviously this is a big giant pipe that we're looking at here, and you can see the back side of that pipe looks really good. All of the weathering here, detail looks really good with the paint, and then of course all of that rock, rebar, and pieces that line the back of it, which is really cool. So I don't know exactly what was going through that pipe, maybe water at some point, but the pipe looks really good in my opinion. You can see all of the rivets here. It looks very, very good in my opinion. I love that look. And then of course you have all of these pieces of metal coming up from them. Now these all three pieces key in to the base, and they all look really great in my opinion. I think that's really fantastic. Looks very realistic. And there was also a third keyed piece in right here, this bendy pipe also keys in. But look at the weathering there. Look at the rust. Look how just, you know, that looks so real. I'm just so impressed with the colors. I'm really impressed with the paintwork. I think that looks really good. Again, look at the bricks. They look real. I'm very impressed with the base overall. You know, it's a kind of one of those typical crumbly bases, but I just think it's really well done, and it's really compact. So it's not going to take up a lot of room, but it does tell that story, which is really great. It does key in back here with one singular peg, and it holds really nicely. And then, of course, as we actually go up the figure itself, you're going to see the nice blues and reds. You also see some nice shading in the legs as well. In person, it is not overdone. On camera, it looks like it's a little darker than it is in person. But it does look really good. The muscles look very well sculpted. The belt is painted red. The abs and the chest, again, that reverse Superman logo looks really good. And then again, I'm just going to kind of pan back here a little bit so you can see just kind of how dynamic he is lunging forward. Very dynamic. Very cool. I think this one would look better up higher because he is crouched down a little bit lower. But I just think it looks really good. Very dynamic, like I said. Let's look at his hands. His hands look very good, beautifully sculpted. Kind of a white color. And then as we go up, you're going to see those muscles, the nice shading. I do feel like this looks very comic book-like to me with the shading, which I think is really nice. Let's look at that face sculpt here. This is one of two. I think this is my favorite one of the two. I really like it. This is, when I think of Bizarro, this is what I think of. I think of this particular look. It's got that hair kind of spiked up at the top. Looks good. And then his cape also keys in on both sides here. So I'll show you that here in just a second. Let's look at the I-beam. Look at the colors here. It looks so realistic. The hand is attached to the I-beam, and that's what keys in. But I mean, come on, look how good that looks. It looks so realistic. The colors, the texture. Like, XM nailed it here. Really nailed it. And again, it just adds that really nice dynamic. Look at that. Like, he's getting ready to swing that right at you. He's coming right at you. Just looks really good. All right, let's look at that cape. Cape looks good overall. Very shiny, especially on camera. It doesn't look quite as shiny in person. It's got that reverse Superman logo there at the top as well. And the thing I like the most about it is the edges. Can you guys see that scalloped edge there? Where it's kind of torn and tattered. It just looks really good. There's some more detailing right up there at the top. So I really like that. And there's some, actually not some, but there's a whole bunch at the bottom. Just looks torn and tattered. Battle damaged. Isn't that cool? And it's just that really nice pop of color. Again, I'm not used to color in the Batcave. That's for sure. Especially not with bright blues and reds. That's for sure. But really cool, right? All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take this head sculpt out. And I'm going to put the alternative head sculpt in. And again, what we're looking at is the prototype, so things could change a little bit. But this is another different look here. Again, very dynamic looking. Kind of pan down and show you the whole look. Really cool, right, guys? Really cool. Let me show you kind of both heads kind of close to each other so you guys can kind of see the two. Sorry, I can't get them in too close. I guess I can do it this way. But they're both really well done, I think. This one kind of has a Joker look to him. Really cool. Let me give you kind of a spin here so you can see, again, kind of what that looks like. So really awesome. I am going to give you guys some close-up 360 spins here at the end of the video as well. Of course, as well as some measurements. But overall, the colors are really nice. The paintwork is incredible. Not only on the figure, but again, just like that I-beam, I'm just really impressed with the texture and the color there. It just looks so good and so real. Makes you want to touch it. So anyway, there is Bizarro. Let me go ahead and get Superman set up for you guys, and we'll take a look at him as well. Alright guys, so here is Superman all set up, and I'll give you kind of a quick close-up, pan down here, and we will take a look at this statue. This is just an incredible statue, a lot going on here. The base, of course, is, you know, where they put Superman after he has died to recover. We don't know that he's going to come back to life yet, but he does. And again, this is the recovery suit Superman, again 1/6 scale. The colors on this are really nice, that purple and blue and kind of goldish color as well, as you can see. Very reminiscent to me of like the Sentinels from X-Men. I love those colors. I think they're really well done. Again, this base is a nice size, but it's not going to take up a tremendous amount of room, which is great. Really nice. Okay, and let's talk about the water. The water has so much great movement here. I am very, very impressed with this particular look. I think it looks very good. It's very subtle. It looks very frothy, I guess is how you could say it in real life. So some water I feel like looks real fake looking. It looks kind of like a cheap aquarium. This, I do not feel like that at all. I feel like it's very well done. I like the color choices they did. Overall, I think this looks really good. There are a few areas where you can see a few seams, and like there's one right there. That's really the only minute criticism of this piece, that I wish it didn't have those, but they're really hard to see, so you really have to look for them. So I guess if, you know, that was my only really nitpick about this piece, is just the very, very light seams. But other than that, I feel like this is a really amazing piece from XM Studios. I'm really impressed overall. Again, I just really like the colors they did. So again, like the back, you can kind of see, again, some of those seams a little bit, but again, it's from the back, so I feel like they're a little bit more noticeable from the back than the front, so I feel like that's definitely a good thing. But again, I just love the color choices. I think it looks really good, and unless you're just like right up on it with a microscope, you're not going to see it. So again, I love the way the water looks. I think it's really well done. And let's go ahead and look at the suit. So again, this is the black suit Superman. So this is that recovery suit. Again, I can see it being very popular right now with Justice League coming out, the Snyder cut, the Snyderverse. You know, everybody's trying to restore it right now. And again, I feel like this is going to be a popular piece because of that. So I wouldn't wait around if you're, you know, curious about it. I wouldn't wait for very long to pick this one up, because I think it'll go pretty quickly. The suit and the texturing is phenomenal. I love it. You can see the smooth areas, you can see the textured areas, and I just think that they did a phenomenal job. All the paint on this is just really, really well done. And again, just look how dynamic this is with him holding the lid. Like, it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, in a way, it's kind of a museum pose, but it doesn't look like that because there's just so much going on. Just really, really great. His arm does key in right there. At that line, so it's the arm going up into the lid. That's all one piece, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And then this head sculpt, this is my favorite of the two. I think it's really, really good. You notice some black, you notice a little bit of blue shading in the hair, which I think is absolutely beautiful. It adds a really nice interest to it. It's very, very subtle though, very, very subtle, but I love that portrait. I just think that looks really great. And then as we spin this, like, oh, the colors on this. The camera does not do it justice, guys, but the colors here are phenomenal. Really phenomenal. You see the detailing underneath the dome. You got the Superman logo. Hope logo, if you will, I guess. Depends on what version of Superman you like. But, I mean, just look. The colors are phenomenal. They really pop. That purple and yellow. It's one of my favorite parts of the statue. It just looks so good. Really, really good. And it continues all the way around. And then, of course, you have the detailing right there with the silver. Looks good. Smooth. Let's check out the back side of the hair. Can you see that little bit of blue there? Looks so good. And the suit itself looks great. Bat butt. Looks flexed and toit. But it looks great, right, guys? I mean, it just does. I mean, look how cool this is with him holding that up. I just think it's so neat and so dynamic. Again, the water splashing up. I'm not sure if splashing is a word, but it looks so good. And again, just look at that. Looks so good. Look at the detailing underneath the dome there. Again, looks really great. Beautiful detail, so much detail, and you see these little things hanging down, little tubes. Nice color. Again, it just adds a lot of movement to, again, a piece that's sort of a museum, but his foot does key down way up down into the water, so it's got a nice key. The rest of the statue, this is one piece here, then this keys into that, and then Superman keys in. I would recommend that you put the arm in first and then put Superman down in. I found that to be a little bit easier. So if you do pick this one up, just a little advice. Let me go ahead and take this particular head out, and I will put the other alternative head in. This is more of that classic Superman head right there. So let me give you kind of a backup here of what he looks like with that particular look. Again, I do prefer this look a little bit more. I think it's just, better overall. But I do think that looks really good. But again, if you're more of that classic Superman, this might be what you want to do. Although, if you're into classic Superman, you probably want that look for the red and blue. And then, do the longer hair for the black. Change it up a little bit. Really, really good. Let me go ahead and give you a close-up, too, again, of that portrait. I think that looks really good. Really nice. I'm going to go ahead and put the one I like better in there. There we go. Just cool. I mean, how awesome does that look? I'll give you one more look here. Really, really well done by XM. So cool. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of measuring. Of course, these are approximate measurements, but hopefully it gives you just a little bit of an idea of the width and the height and everything else in between. So let's start with Superman. Let's do the depth, about 9 inches, give or take. Okay, width-wise, it is about 10 inches wide, give or take. And height, let's look at the height here. It is not quite 21 inches tall. So this is a pretty, nice size piece considering it's still 6 scale. Okay, let's look at Bizarro. Bizarro is a little bit deeper because of his arm coming forward. I would say it's close to 16 deep. Okay, 16 deep. Width-wise, it is about almost 12, but not quite. 11 and a half, 12, somewhere in between there. And then height-wise, to the top of the I-beam, we're talking just about 18 inches. So, again, the great thing about these, they are going to offer a lot of bang for your buck here, and they are not going to take up a lot of room, though. That is what always impresses me about this particular scale. The price point, yes, it can be pricey, especially when you're paying for the quality here. But I will also say it doesn't take up a lot of room, and you can add a whole bunch of characters in your singular display. Alright guys, so there you have it. 2 incredible looks at these amazing prototypes from our friends at XM Studios. And again, I want to give a big shout out to them for letting us review these prototypes on the channel early. That is so awesome. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to you to be able to see these in person, kind of in hand, and you know, to share our thoughts and opinions on these pieces, because I think they're absolutely incredible. I really think that you cannot go wrong with either of these pieces. If you're even considering picking them up, I think they're both really, really phenomenal. My eye is especially drawn to the Superman because of how dynamic and how tall he is. Bizarro is incredibly fun, as well as he's lunging forward and he's got that great I-beam. It just is really, really fun. Again, both pieces are absolutely fantastic. Both are up for pre-order right now, so definitely check out your XM retailer, and you'll be able to pick these up. But again, I think they're both really great. But I also want to know your thoughts about these. Do you collect the 1/6 scale pieces? Is this one that you're going to consider adding to your collection because of this review? I would absolutely love to hear that. I'm just very impressed with this scale. It's not a scale that I normally collect, but because of how dynamic and how great the paintwork is, I need to consider these because I do think that they are very, very well done. But I do, again, want to know your thoughts down in the comments below. And again, just one more time, thanks to XM for letting me review these for you guys today. As always, thank you guys so very much. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that notification bell, and also make sure you consider hitting that join button down below. That does give you early access to our videos. And again, please in the comments let me know what you think of these 2 awesome statues from XM Studios. I think they are absolutely incredible. I love them. And with that said, thank you again so very much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.